Pokémon make up 11% of the Smash Ultimate roster, making them the highest represented series in the game, if you count Pokémon Trainer as 3 characters, and don't consider Yoshi, Wario, Donkey Kong, or Diddy Kong to be originally Super Mario characters. As someone who is a big fan of both Smash Bros. And Pokémon, I'm always eager to theorycraft what new Pokémon would best fit as playable characters in Smash. So in this video, I'll be crafting the special moveset of the Generation 9 Pokémon Ceruledge, one that I think would best fit in Smash. The reason I chose to focus on just the special moveset is that every Pokémon in Smash has a special moveset that references real moves from the Pokémon games. Sometimes, they do have some made-up moves, or moves they can't actually learn, but for the most part, they are all real moves. I also wanted to recreate this little information section for Ceruledge, which names all the special moves and gives a short description. I will also be giving Ceruledge some other attributes as well, just not quite a full moveset, as I feel that would be a little too difficult and time consuming, and not nearly as interesting as the specials. But first, what makes a well-designed Smash character? In my opinion, there are 3 things that really make a character's moveset interesting and enjoyable. First is canon references. This is moves, abilities, stats, or other attributes that relate to the character's home series. Second is diverse and well-defined moves. This means that they don't just have the same move over and over again, and their moves make sense for them to have. Third is balance. This is to ensure that a character's power level is not significantly above or below everyone else. This also includes avoiding making movesets that encourage a passive playstyle, what many people refer to as camping. With this criteria in mind, let's look at the current Pokémon that are in Smash. Now, despite the hate towards bipedal Pokémon, especially with the starters, I think that bipedal characters in general are much easier to incorporate into a fighting game like Smash compared to quadrupedal characters. In order for any character to function properly in Smash, they need to have specials, ground moves, air moves, a grab, throws, and more. These are all elements that are difficult to translate to a character on all 4s. Ivysaur is really the only quadrupedal Pokémon among playable Smash characters, and really the only quadrupedal character at all other than Duck Hunt. Some characters run on all 4s or have some moves that involve them on all 4s, but Ivysaur and Duck Hunt are really the only fully quadrupedal characters. In their case, they have other appendages or extensions from their body that allow them to perform such moves like grabbing and throwing, with Ivysaur having vines on its back, and the Duck Hunt dog having a duck on its back. Going by the criteria I previously outlined, I feel that Greninja is the single best designed Pokémon in Smash. All of its special moves are real moves that Greninja can actually learn in the Pokémon games, unlike some other characters whose moves are made up just for Smash. Ultimate does a great job capturing Greninja's ninja-like archetype as well, with its fast ground speed and high air speed. For Ceruledge's special moveset that I will be making, I will be drawing a lot of inspiration from not only the 10 Pokémon already in Smash, but other characters as well. Of all the Pokémon introduced in Generation 9, Ceruledge is one of my favorite design-wise, and I also think that it would make a great addition to Smash. It is bipedal, like all of the Pokémon in Smash except Ivysaur, but unlike the rest of them, it has swords for hands. This would make for the first Pokémon sword fighter character, and while yes, there are many sword characters thanks to Fire Emblem, this one would be different. Before getting into the moveset, I want to cover some key attributes to give you a better idea of how I theorize this character would work. Ceruledge would be about the same size as Lucario, with similar movement stats to Cloud in terms of run speed and air speed. It would have these alternate skins, with color 2 and 3 in particular being specific references. Color 2 would be Ceruledge's really lame shiny form, but since we have so many alternate slots, I feel like you just have to include it. Color 3 would be a reference to Ceruledge with Armarouge's coloring, as a reference to its version-exclusive split evolution. The rest are just cool colorings that I think many Pokemon fans would appreciate, since its shiny is so boring. And yes, all I did was change the hue and saturation for some of them, but sometimes that's all it takes. Moving on to the special moveset, we first have that neutral special would be Ceruledge's signature move, Bitter Blade. In Pokemon, this is a strong physical fire-type move that heals the user by half of the damage dealt to the target. In Smash, this move would perform like Mithra's neutral special and Robin's down special combined into one move. It can be charged for about a second, with its power increasing the longer you charge. Ceruledge will be healed by half of the percent damage it deals, as long as the opponent already has at least that much percent. The uncharged hit deals 8%, with the full charge dealing 20%. The uncharged version does a little bit of knockback, but probably won't ever be killing, with the fully charged version being a decent kill move. The move's description would be, Opponents are slashed with fiery blades that restore half of the damage dealt in percent. Side special is Shadow Claw, a ghost move to round out Ceruledge's Fire Ghost stat. I wanted to go with Shadow Sneak, but Greninja already has that move, and I feel like it would be boring to just say that it's the same move as Greninja. Instead, Shadow Claw is a move similar to Meta Knight's down special Dimensional Cape, where he disappears for a second before attacking. Ceruledge would be shrouded in a black mist before jolting itself forward and striking the opponent with its arms. Unlike Meta Knight, this move cannot be charged or angled, but in return, it doesn't send Ceruledge into freefall, making it a decent recovery option. Think of this as a mix between Meta Knight's down special and Ike's side special. The description for this move would be, disappears for a moment, then dives forward to slash opponents with sharp blades from the shadows. Up special would be Night Slash, another move that takes advantage of Ceruledge's blade arms. As this is up special, a move most known for being a character's best recovery option, this move launches Ceruledge straight into the air, similar to Lucina or Shulk. Despite not being a fire type move, I still feel it would be fitting for this move to have the same blue flame effects as its neutral special. This would be a very straightforward up special that serves as a decent kill move as well as Ceruledge's best out of shield option, maybe coming out around frame 7 or 8. While this move does have a high critical hit ratio in the Pokemon games, I don't feel that critical hits translate well to Smash. So this move won't have any properties like that. Instead, I feel like it'd be cool if this move had a slightly faster startup when done out of a parry, maybe by 2 or 3 frames. The description for this move would be, launches into the air when the opportunity arises, striking opponents with sharp slashing blades, a reference to the in-game description of the move. Down special would be Swords Dance. This move is a counter.
Fight!
Down specials on Pokemon don't tend to function at all like they do in the original games, the most notable being Jigglypuff, whose down special Rest is a very quick and powerful kill move, despite literally doing no damage to opponents at all in the Pokemon games. Other Pokemon like Incineroar and Lucario also have down specials that function completely different from how the moves do in the Pokemon games, but I excuse this for the sake of needing to have them function properly in a 2D platform fighting game. With all this being said, here is how Ceruledge's down special Swords Dance would work. It would be very similar to Wii Fit Trainer's Deep Breathing, which gives them a unique stat buff for 12 seconds. However, Ceruledge's buff would only affect melee attacks, so no change at all to movement stats like run speed and fall speed. It would be a 1.2 times multiplier to both damage and knockback, indicated by this symbol on Ceruledge's character icon, taken straight from the Pokemon games. This can only be used once per stock, and Ceruledge loses this power-up whenever it gets grabbed and thrown, similar to Incineroar's Revenge. The trade-off of this move's power and utility is that it takes a full second to charge, and if Ceruledge is damaged at all during that second, Swords Dance does not take effect and it cannot be used at all for the remainder of the stock. The description for Swords Dance would be, increases attack power after performing a ritualistic dance. The power can only be used once a stock. In the end, here's what Ceruledge's specials would look like. Neutral special is a chargeable move that can both deal damage and heal damage. Side special is a strong burst movement option, as well as an additional recovery and disadvantage tool. Up special is a straightforward kill move and upward recovery move. And down special is a unique power-up, giving Ceruledge a strong offensive presence every stock. Thanks for watching everyone, I really appreciate if you made it all the way to the end of this video. This video did take a while to make, so let me know if you enjoyed it in the comments below. I did only make the special moveset for Ceruledge, so feel free to chime in as to what you feel the rest of its moveset would be, as well as any other Pokemon you feel would be good additions to Smash. Thanks for watching.